Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Marcelo Brosiner, Somerville High, class of 2014. It's a pleasure to be here tonight at Dilboy Stadium as the Somerville High School Lady Highlanders take on Haverhill High School. We're excited for a good game here tonight under the lights, and Leslie with an early step there out for a throw-in. Well, some exciting news for the Highlanders. Maya Hanley is now officially the record goal scorer for a single season in Lady Highlander history. Reminder, she's only a freshman, and she now has 23 goals this season, and that's not even including the games, of course, that are yet to be played, starting with tonight. So we'll see how much further Maya can extend her record, and you would imagine that she's going to threaten her own record as her high school career progresses. That is, if Somerville's fortunate enough to hold on to her for her whole 4 years. Of course, certain players eventually move on to academy clubs to heighten their chances of being recruited for a top school or immediately go professional. I played in my freshman year of high school. I played with a kid named Miles Robinson, who was just this week named to the best starting team for the MLS. So big ups to Miles Robinson representing Boston, one of the two best center backs in Major League Soccer. He's a center back for Atlanta United, the defending champions. He's from Arlington originally. Yeah. Anyways, so here's Nevaeh to Christiana on this right side. The Lady Highlanders with a record of 10-5-2. A great record. And certainly their best record in years. The exact amount of years I unfortunately don't know, but I would say at least 10 most likely. Here's the ball out wide. That's a great touch from Maya, the record goal scorer. Can she find a cross into the box? Leslie's all alone. Well, she held on a little bit too long there, Maya, and a no call on the penalty. It's out for a corner kick to the Lady Highlanders. Corner kick to be taken. That's a good find at the near post, and it's Bridget. Well, you don't see that too often. What a finish that was by Bridget. An awesome cross to the front post, and Bridget was the first to react to that. The junior captain coming up big out of defense. You love to see your defenders helping out on the score sheet. And what a great start for the Lady Highlanders, who seem to have all the momentum going their way now. Of course, they won 10-1 on Monday against Chelsea. Yes, 10-1. Tony Arias not taking any prisoners in Massachusetts. And of course, these games are, although Somerville's already won the GBL and qualified for the state tournament, every game matters, and I'm going to repeat this every game until the tournament. First and foremost, because, of course, the better your record, the better your seed for the tournament, the more likely you are to have a favorable draw. Cross in here by Haverhill. It's threatening. It's cleared off the line. That was, I think, that was Christiana. Well, had Christiana not been there, that could have gone in. 2 corner kicks almost birthing 2 goals in a matter of minutes. But Somerville off the hook here. I was told by Michelle Kelly, the trainer for Somerville High School Sports, that if the girls win tonight, because the boys already won their game tonight, this afternoon, I should say, Lucas Carey with a hat trick, including an amazing free kick. Cross in here, hold on. Oh, that's a misclearance by Jen, uncharacteristically so, but Jill with the characteristic feet finds Kira. And Maya out here, a little too much for her. But if the girls win tonight, there is a great chance that we will have a double header in the first game of the tournament here at Dilboy Stadium on Tuesday night. I repeat, a double header of the ladies and guys soccer teams. So what a night that would be for Somerville soccer history. And I will definitely need a couple cups of coffee and Benji's help once again, if that is the case. Benji, of course, was nice enough to join me as a special guest in Monday's game against Chelsea, where the boys team won 7-3. Cleared out here by Haverhill, but Christiana right on her tail. And the ball falling to Haverhill again, but Stephanie first to the 50-50. Through ball to Maya, unsuccessful. Jill does so well to settle. She's so composed in that midfield, even when under intense pressure, but commentators curse the pass a little bit too heavy for Stephanie. It's out of bounds. Well, these opening 5 minutes have been fruitful in that one, really the only clear chance of the game so far. Of course, that corner kick by Haverhill, you have to assume unintentionally, almost went in as well. Bridget, good first time pass out, knowing Christiana was around. Jill back to Christiana. And once again, that's two beautiful give and goes there between Christiana and Jill. You love that chemistry. And I had the pleasure of interviewing the captains before today's game. And that's actually what Christiana was talking the most about in terms of both the team's success this season and what she's going to miss most as a graduating senior is the chemistry that these girls all have. And she was explaining that it's not just during the season. They actually play year-round and hang out year-round. They all play for a club team named Aztec FC. It's been around for quite some time, Aztec. I remember playing against their boys program when I played club back in the early 2010s. So this team really a unit, thick and thin, 12 months out of the year. And that certainly explains their success this season, their unparalleled success, at least in this century. Good through ball, a little too heavy though, and it's gone to the keeper for Haverhill. A near chance for Maya, who was sharp to make that run. Good ball through. Jill, back to Jen. Here's Bridget. Stephanie. Marie, really her first time on the ball, but she's done well to shield it there, and it's ricocheted to Nevea. Marie, a really tricky player, really good at cutting back and slowing down the tempo of the game. That's something that is, hold on here, good through ball to Leslie. Leslie with a strong run, but shielded off the ball. That's good defending there. Unable to clear her lines, though, and Leslie with an early cross. She had more time than she may have thought there and cleared out for a throw, and the referee does well to dodge it. New rule at the professional level. If a referee touches the ball in play, it's automatically a free kick for the opposing team. A slightly controversial rule depending on where the ball is when that's touched. The game's been played for centuries now, and that's only started this season. So, say an opponent plays a ball in a threatening position right near a goal, and the referee's in the way. Of course, that's much more unlikely in that kind of position, so that's never going to happen. But if it does, theoretically, that's really hurting the team that played that ball in. Ball with Jen. Elizabeth, first time she's really had to play the ball out of her feet. The Lady Highlanders this season, part of why they've been so successful is the fact that they're so comfortable using their goalkeeper, Elizabeth, as a 12th outfield player almost. Outfield players, of course, being the 10 players, an 11th field player. I misspoke there. Because there are 10 outfield players and then one goalkeeper. So when you have a goalkeeper who's confident enough to pass the ball as well, it really changes things. And you see it done in hockey too, don't you, Capasso? I mean, it's not as common maybe, but it's more standard that has it evolved over time though, or have goalies always been relied on sometimes like that?
No, they come and stop the puck more behind the net.
Yeah, okay, so they come out more. Yeah, Capasso, the hockey don of Somerville, knows much better than I do about the hockey culture. So goalies also have been coming out more, although maybe more so when behind the net, when under no pressure. Still a similar thing. It's a huge element, he's saying, to the game. Yeah, sort of similar ideas. Hockey, of course, I would say probably the most similar sport to soccer in terms of the flow of play. Obviously, physically, it's a whole nother story. Soccer players are very soft. Even though it's my favorite sport, it's got a horrible reputation for that. And hockey players are by far the most gutsy athletes out there. I mean, football in a sense, but there's so much stoppage there. And that's more so, that's more brain damage inducing. I have strong feelings about the NFL, but I won't say that to you here. Goal kick to Somerville. Good pass from Stephanie to find Bridget under pressure and cleared up by Jen. That's a great first touch by Maya, but a good step as well by Haverhill. And she's done really well to come away with the ball and dribble past a lady Highlander. That was number 18 for Haverhill, Tara Thompson. Maybe a little too much in the end, but it worked out for Tara in the end, and Maya couldn't find Marie there. Of course, funny enough, I graduated in the same class as Marie's older sister. A lot of random connections in Somerville. Stephanie getting the ball first, and it's come off of a Haverhill player. The throw-in. Good turn by Haverhill. Too much on it, and the Haverhill player confidence. A corner kick, but it's a goal kick, and the Haverhill player will be angry with herself there that she let it go out of play. That happens once in a while when you think, you're certain about how the call's going to go. Didn't go her way in the end. Marie does well to keep the play alive, but it's a pass that was a little short, and now Haverhill with a chance to cross here. Bridget tightly marking. Good cutback, and the ball back. The shot. What a finish that was. Well, what a goal. And there was really only one place she could put that, and she found it indeed. Elena. I believe that was Elena Albano who scored that goal there. Number 13. And the assist, it seems to have come from number 15, Delaney Dorsey. We'll confirm that, though, at halftime. Good finish there, and the score is now tied at 1-1. Apologize, a correction there on the assist. That assist was from Julia Rogers, but the goal was indeed scored by Elena Albano, and it's now 1-1 here. Not much that Elizabeth could do in goal about that, and another chance here in the works for Haverhill, but good marking by Jennifer and cleared out. The sweeper for Somerville having to come across there and cover for Christiana. Haverhill lining up for the long throw-in. It's come in. Flicked on. A good second header. And it's not gone in. Elizabeth has somehow saved that. Well, it went off. It almost went off the crossbar. It actually seemed to have gone off the crossbar. It was on the line for a while. The Haverhill player got a shot on it. Somehow Elizabeth managed to keep it out. Well, that might be the best moment of goalkeeping that she's had all season. Somehow the score has stayed level here. Well, the header flicked on from the long throw-in. It had Elizabeth backpedaling, and she couldn't get enough strength on it to tip it over or hold on to it. And the rebound, that second save, was so impressive. A lot of subs coming in for Haverhill. It seems like the entire bench, really, if not for one player staying. I think the entire bench just came in for Haverhill. But with the referee being so closely positioned to that goal, you can say with some confidence that that ball did not cross the line. Of course, in soccer, the entirety of the ball has to go over the line. The through ball played here. Somerville really being caught out. And Elizabeth with another save. The rebound, though, is shot, and it's gone in. Well, Elizabeth can't do all the work on defense there. And a quick change in the lead. Somerville now behind 2-1. And it's now 2-1. Well, the initial ball through was really, really well done by Haverhill. But Elizabeth was so sharp to get there and make the save, but nothing she could really do about the rebound, and her defenders not able to cover the goal line in time. It's hard to do so even when the shot is so high up in the air. Whereas if it's on the ground, you can just put your foot in front of it. And Somerville a little shocked here. Good turn by Nevaeh. She's gotten past two players there. A third player, but the fourth too near. And Somerville really, really struggling right now. Throw in for Somerville to be taken by Stephanie. Ball played back. That's number 21 for Haverhill. Livy DeSico, who played that ball up, and still alive here in the corner. The ball with Delaney Dorsey, but dealt with by Somerville, and Marie finds Nevaeh. Heavy touch, though, and it works out for Marie, who gets past the defender. The ball to Nevaeh, too hard, though, and it falls with Delaney. Through ball straight into the hands of Elizabeth. Good settle there by Ramey, who's come in here. Ball over the top to Maya. You're always going to be worrying about her if you're an opponent. And here she is. She wasn't there for the initial pass, but she won that battle. Cross too short, though. No support in the near post. That's great skill there. And Nevaeh taken out of the play there, but Jill tries the one-touch pass. Too little on it to find Nevaeh. It's fallen to Jill, though. Good turn. And a great ball, but it's intercepted equally well. Well, the idea was on for Jill, but it didn't quite execute the same way. Somerville really been on the back foot these last 5 minutes or so as we approach the halfway point of this first half. That's a good ball that's found Marie at half. And Marie, who's so calm on the ball, it's gone off of a Haverhill player. And it's now with Stephanie. Murray unable to find a touch. Misplaced pass from Haverhill. Goal kick to Haverhill. Jill finds Stephanie, who's played a long ball up top and headed back into the mix. Good first touch by Ramey. Good turn as well. The shot blocked, though, and it's fallen to Nevaeh, who takes her time to play it out to Christiana. First time ball back into the fray. It's bounced over. Ramey, she's gotten first to it, but unfortunate in that it clears off of her for a Haverhill goal kick once again. Through ball, too much there for number 4 of Haverhill, Jennifer. But here she is again recovering, and she does well to get the throw in initially, but Marie comes away with it. Jill finds Christiana in space, but her touch far too heavy, Christiana, and a chance here for a counterattack. Good first touch by Haverhill, but Jennifer there for Somerville, still battling for the ball, and she's cleared it up. Fortunately, falls her in her path again. She takes it upfield. Out of bounds, though, for a Haverhill ball. And a good through ball here. Can she keep it in? She's unable to. Jennifer, and that's a throw-in, a goal kick, to Somerville once again. Good through ball here for Haverhill, and a chance for another cross. Cleared out, though, by Stephanie off of a Haverhill player for a Somerville throw-in. And here's Maya dropping back in unfamiliar territory. Stephanie with the left-footed cross. It's come to Nevaeh, but she's unable to settle it. Here with Jill again. Good first touch to open herself up. And it's out here with Kira. Good cross. Never mind. I thought there was more trajectory, but it's gone straight to the Haverhill keeper. Depth perception a little bit difficult once in a while here. I meant to say this earlier, but apologies if it's a little harder on your screens to see what's going on the field. There's a lot of mist coming down here intermittently, so for safety's sake, we have our camera inside the booth. That's a very expensive equipment that we don't need to get wet. Jill did well there to get the ball out of her feet and find Maya. Maya, who's been dropping deeper in these last few minutes, certainly a tactical decision by Coach Tony and his team. Maya trying to get on the ball more and create opportunities and then run forward with Ramey now playing up top. Maya, not only a goal scorer, but also a creator of chances herself. 2 substitutes coming in for Haverhill. 15 and change left in this first half. Jill, it's gone straight to a Haverhill player, and it's cleared up. A potential 4-on-4 here for Haverhill. If this ball can stay in, it cannot. Out for a throw-in. Well, the game has been almost entirely played on this near side in this first half. Chances, of course, for both sides, with the score being 2-1. But outside of those goals, it's been Haverhill with more chances. Jennifer with the clearance, Jen with the clearance out. She preferably goes by Jen, and it's with Maya now dropping deeper and deeper. Well, that's a clear sign of how the game's been going for the Highlanders, with Maya dropping well into the Highlander half. Highlanders having a hard time creating right now. Out of play. Goal kick, Haverhill. Cleared up field and intercepted. Marie. Good ball up to Nevaeh. That's a good first touch, but she's so unlucky for it to go off of her for a throw into Haverhill. That would have been a really, really good opportunity had that first touch been a little bit lighter. The field was opening up in that Haverhill defensive third. Through ball goes past Kira, but Christiana there to help out. Crossed in, and it's almost gone in somehow. That was so bizarre. Elizabeth was able to hold that out again. That's three times now that the ball's been cleared off the line. Twice by Elizabeth, once by Christiana. And Somerville, a little bit due to fortune, but also largely due to their good defensive positioning, happy not to be down by 3 or 4 goals. Great tackle by Stephanie. Cleared out, no nonsense by Jennifer. The Highlanders really holding on here as we approach the final 10 minutes of this first half. Ball out. A good turn by Haverhill. It stayed in. First touch too heavy. Cleared away well by Bridget. That was an important clearance. Nevaeh unable to get the first touch there, but she stayed on her. That's really determined play. What a turn by Nevaeh. And can she find a teammate? She can. She's got Jill in the middle. Kira opened up as well. Jill, heavy touch though, and it's stolen away. Only for a brief moment. Jill able to hold on to it there. It was more so a tackle than an interception. Christiana. No one there for the Highlanders, but cleaned up by Maya. Jill up to Kira. Kira's got Maya in the middle. Oh, sorry, that's Leslie. Back with Haverhill, though. Jill, good tackle to slow down the attack from Haverhill building up. Back in Jill's feet again. Jill, good through ball. Well marked by Haverhill. Not giving up on the play, though, is Somerville, and they've won the ball back. Well, they've been hungry, that's for certain, Somerville. What a turn again that is. The ball in, and Maya, great first touch to shot from Maya. She scuffed it ever so slightly. Well, she'll know by her own standards that was a goal-scoring opportunity. Good determination, though, by the Highlanders. They lost possession, won it back. Good cross into the ball there, that was. And Maya controlled that so calmly, but the shot did not reflect the same composure. It happens. Stephanie with a missed kick there, but it's still in, and it's eventually out off Somerville. A little bit of a miscommunication there between Marie and Stephanie, but they recover and get back for the throw-in. Maya's pass, unable to find a teammate. The ball really hugging this near side. Jill, she's got Kira out wide, but great pass through to Maya. Maya can maybe find another pass here, but she gets caught up with the ball. Surrounded by 3 Haverhill players. Jill was there, but unable to see her. Stephanie, good ball up to Nevaeh. Nevaeh waiting for some support. Back to Jill. Jill to Kira. She can find Jill again, and she, I think, was trying to do that, but Jill was not on the same wavelength and is cleared out for a Somerville throw by the Haverhill bench. And a chance here for Haverhill, another counterattack, but it's not found a teammate, and Elizabeth happy to come off her line and collect it again. Elizabeth has probably been the best player in this first half for Somerville. Despite giving up 2 goals, she's prevented at least 2 more, and incredibly so at that. One of them with the save of the season, absolutely. A double save that ended with a goal line clearance on her side. She had to dive really quickly there. And I hope that we got at least 1, if not 2, replays on that save. Reminder to the good friends at Somerville Media Center to go back to that point. It was at some point in the first half, I believe. Stephanie with the nutmeg there, I believe. Intentional or not, counts nonetheless. It's like a goal. Sometimes a ball can just come off of your leg and it goes in and you don't really know much about it. It still works out. Somerville thankful to see that go out of play. They were kind of assuming it would. Had it not, it could have been a different story. Marie on the left side in. The ball back with Marie again. The shot with the right. Can she see it again? She cannot. It's off. All for naught, but it's back with Somerville on the throw. They're going to give it a go. And it's left for Bridget. Let's see if any Highlander attackers are with it. Here's the long throw. The bounce, not strong though. Marie with the cross again. But it's back with the keeper. Well, as we are seconds away from the final 5 minutes of this half, the mist is now coming down well and strong. You might be able to see it in the floodlights. Of course, it'd be much easier had the camera been outside, but that's the exact reason we're inside here. A good touch that was by Haverhill, number 11, Maggie DeLea, and she here has a chance for the shot. It's bobbled slightly by Elizabeth, but good recovery indeed. And that's when these wet conditions can become more and more dangerous for a goalkeeper. It's so much harder to hold on to that, even with your gloves on. It's slippery nonetheless, especially on turf like this. The ball skips even faster than it would on a dry night. I won't lie to you, though. Rain is actually my favorite weather to play soccer in. There's something that's more intense about it, more unpredictable, that adds a whole other element of competition to it. Haverhill player did well there to almost keep it in, but the referee right on top of it. Nevaeh holding it up. Maya wanted to play that one-touch pass there. It's not really falling for Maya so far in this first half, who it, of course, so often does. Stephanie and Marie almost miscommunicating there, but it's a great play in the end. Nevaeh unable to get that crucial touch that would have sent Marie through. What a good play that would have been. Jill cleaning up the danger again. Good turn. What a turn that was. To Marie. Marie to Nevaeh. There it is, that 1-2 paying off. Marie probably to cut back. She doesn't. Good ball across the box. And it has not landed, fortunately. Well, that's a good through ball in the end to number 7, Kayla Nelson. And Haverhill with a chance here. Nelson in the middle alone. Stephanie did so well to slow it up there, but it's still with Haverhill. And the ball played a little bit behind the Haverhill player out on this far side. That was number 20, Emma Aramo. Unlucky there not to find the ball. The ball played through here. Stephanie, such good defending. That's the kind of defending that is a little harder to recognize or appreciate if you didn't grow up playing or watching the game. So Stephanie didn't even touch the ball there, but because she positioned herself so well, she physically put pressure on the Haverhill player there and let her know that her presence had to be felt, and no shot was able to be taken in the end. Ball played up. That's a really good touch to settle there by Delaney, and she's laid it off. No foul called, and a tamed effort rolls slowly out for a goal kick to Somerville. And that's halftime, folks. 2-1 to Haverhill as we go into the break. Somerville gave up an early lead with 2 quick goals to Haverhill, and we'll have an exciting second half coming for you shortly. Not the most eventful first half, but Haverhill leading 2-1 after the Highlanders took an early lead thanks to a goal from Bridget, a captain of this Lady Highlander side. And perhaps an early chance here. A lot of space in the middle for Haverhill, and the shot, and it's gone in. 22 seconds into this second half, Haverhill takes a 3-1 lead. And the Highlanders really not focused clearly, and a bigger hill to climb now. 22 seconds in. And now 3-1 to Haverhill. Somerville didn't even get a touch on the ball before that goal was scored. Well, maybe a brief one, but there were no passes completed. Well, the Lady Highlanders will be upset with themselves. There was such a huge gap there in the back for that third goal. You'd think that it was more avoidable had there been a little bit more communication. And the Highlanders will be very wary of the fact that one more Haverhill goal and this game will be exponentially further out of reach. Although nothing is impossible, of course. Here's Christiana. Ball played up, intercepted. Somerville really creating their own problems here, and Haverhill has them pent in again in their own defensive third. Those misplaced passes are going to cost you against good teams like this Haverhill side. Cross in, blocked. And Somerville coming away with it. Marie short of options, though, and she does well to get past one defender and cut back as well. Great skill there. Nevea could have opened up the play, but she slowed it down. That's a good ball to Jill, though. The ball over the top from Jill. It's awkward, and it's in between Maya and Kira. Unable to find either, though. Haverhill comes away at midfield. Ball played through. Stephanie going into it with Meggie. A good battle there. Meggie coming out on top for now. The shot, it's a really soft shot, but Elizabeth still had to be there in the right place to save it. Another corner kick to Haverhill. Great touch there. The shot. What a goal by Haverhill. Well, that was incredible skill to take the touch past. I think that was Kira that touch went past. And the finish with the right foot out of the reach of Elizabeth went right over her. We call that top bins or top shelf, that strike. Top shelf that shot was, and 4-1, Haverhill. Well, this is what could be turning into a long half for the Lady Highlanders. Let's hope not. There's more often than not another goal in these Lady Highlanders, but it can certainly be very deflating to give up 2 goals in the opening 5 minutes of a half. Highlanders bold to play it out of the back based on how these these opening 5 minutes have been in this half. Stephanie will have to be careful there. Seeing it out of play. Who's it gone off last? It's off of Stephanie, and it's a corner kick to Haverhill. The header in. What a save by Elizabeth again. That's 2 incredible goal line saves by Elizabeth. This scoreline could be so much worse if Elizabeth was not doing her thing. Header flicked on. Well, Elizabeth really keeping this game, I guess, within reach, but also more just up. Hold on, a misplaced pass here, and Haverhill could pile on the damage. Elizabeth very thankful to catch that in her loving arms. Christiana. Now with Bridget, the Highlanders playing some risky passes here. Throw in on this far side for Haverhill in front of their own bench. Ball played up, dealt with by both Jen and Stephanie, who see it out of play. Haverhill here, looking to create another chance. Kira, clean feet to get the ball out, and Nevaeh finds Maya. Kira looking for Nevaeh again, unable to find her, and pressure again by Haverhill. Well, the Highlanders are going to be defending for much of this half. It looks like a weak shot caught by Elizabeth. Big goal kick by Elizabeth. It's fallen at midfield, and it's with the Highlanders. Good ball up top. Maya stretching, unable to settle it, though. And really a long ball game right now by both teams, just hoofing it upfield, hoping to find a teammate. Bridget shows her strength off there and is able to stop it. Nevaeh coming back on defense. She does well there to see it away, but it's fallen again to Haverhill. That was number 6, Marissa Allen, recovering that. Bridget with a strong tackle. Marie back to Stephanie. Stephanie to Jill. A few good passes being strung together here. Leslie unable to get the step ahead of that Haverhill defender. That was well done there. Jill putting pressure, tripping up the Haverhill defender, and a no call. I was surprised not to see a foul called there, but nonetheless, Haverhill again in possession. On this far side, the ball in. It's gone through everyone. What a block that was by Christiana, and Elizabeth collects. Important block. That shot was certainly going in there.
I'll try to set you off, but this might be one of my favorite songs that you showed me.
Oh. Christiana clears it as far as halfway point. Heavy touch by Christiana, and it's with Haverhill again. Christiana getting back. And another goal here for Haverhill. And the score now 5-1. And the Lady Highlanders will certainly be upset with how this game has gone. They've never really looked like creating many chances tonight, Somerville. They're just not finding that same chemistry that they've been able to create so often this season. And the scoreline extremely unfavorable right now. Well, that's the thing about soccer that's so odd. And I get, it happens in other sports too, not just soccer, but Somerville won 10-1 on Monday, and they are now losing 5-1. So every game is such a different story with each opponent you face. And of course that translates across other sports, but unlike most other sports, in soccer, on any day, any team can beat anybody. And yes, to a certain extent with other sports, but soccer is really such a game of such few margins with, goals coming so infrequently, sort of like hockey. Are upsets, foreseeable or considerable, Capasso, in hockey, or is it typically... Yeah, anything can happen in a game that has such open play, like soccer or hockey. You know, basketball, there's a lot more stoppages and there's more timeouts and there are quarters, so it's a little more broken up than hockey or soccer is. But of course, it is extremely fast tempo. It's remarkable what such tall people, both men and women, are able to do. To have that coordination combined with that height, it's underrated how athletic you have to be. Good 1-2 there between Christiana and Kira, but a little too little on the return there, and it's out for a Somerville throw. Bridget with a throw in. Throw in short of the Highlander, and it's going to be cleared out here by Haverhill. Sydney in the right place, though, and Jill, good flick up to keep the ball. Christiana looking for a switch, and it's gone all the way through. That's Marie pushed off the ball. The attempted cross or shot in has gone straight out of bounds.
Well, I didn't know with your audio if it went with.
Haverhill looking to create another goal here as we approach the end of the first half of this second half. Good step by Kira, but she's come away with a knock and she's limping away. Brave to go into the 50-50 like that. And that's where you really can see whether a player has character or not, if they're willing to go into a 50-50 ball like that. Despite being down by 4 goals, the hunger has to remain. Bridget, first time pass out to Stephanie. Maya, good first touch and a great second touch to find Nevaeh, but Nevaeh unable to replicate that same touch, and Marie sees it out of play. And the throw-in, it's gone over at least one Haverhill player, but it's cleared out again before a chance could be drawn up. Ball goes all the way down the line here, and it's staying in. It's even gone further in than it was originally. It had a strange curve to it. That's the kind of stuff that you never know with this kind of wet turf. And Haverhill with the throw-in. And the shot, Elizabeth holds though. Ball on this far side for Haverhill, too much on it, out for a throw-in. And a free kick here for Haverhill, about 25 yards out. A shot or a cross possible from this distance. And it's a shot, and didn't seem to hit the crossbar, but the frame of the goal that's behind the crossbar. Not too worrisome for Elizabeth. Ball cleared way down line. And it's out for a throw into Somerville. Christiana with the throw, and it's gone straight to a Haverhill player. Cleared by Christiana, but it finds a Haverhill player once again. Highlanders having a really hard time clearing their lines. The shot comes in, and it's over. It looked threatening. Jill, good skill to get past two players, but the third one saw her coming and anticipated. Christiana, heavy touch out of her feet, but she's recovered once again. Cleared it up line. It's found Kira, but a strong step, again, by Emma Aramo. The cross in, Elizabeth holds on. Throw into the Highlanders on the far side. It's come out to midfield slightly, and a ball through, dealt with temporarily by Stephanie, and Sydney was able to shield off the Haverhill player from getting the ball. Good skill to flick it up, and it's back with Haverhill again. Jill applying the pressure, though, intense pressure. Well done by Haverhill to hold on to the ball. Pass straight into the hands of Elizabeth. About 15 minutes left in this game. Well, 16 minutes really. And it's been far from ideal condition-wise and result-wise up until this point for the Highlanders. The score line at half read 2-1, and 3 goals conceded by the Highlanders in this second half. 2 of them coming within the opening 5 minutes. Not what Coach Tony was hoping for. And like I said in the first half, every game matters if you want the best seed possible in the state tournament, which the Highlanders, all props to them, have successfully qualified for. That's always the first step. Good through ball again on that far side. Jen's come across to take care of it, which leaves a gap in the middle. But Jen made the right decision in the end and dealt with it, but only temporarily. Still strong on defense here, and Haverhill ends up with it. Cleared straight into the air there. Jill trying to find Samira, who's in the game now. One-touch pass back to Christiana. Jill opens up. That's a good find to Bridget. Bridget's got Marie on the far side. She finds her. A chance here potentially for the Highlanders. Ramey in the middle. And Kira at the far post, unmarked right now. She makes that late run. But Marie unable to find space for the cross and plays it back to Bridget. Bridget takes a touch and finds Jill. Jill's got Christiana on this near side and finds her. Christiana looking maybe for the cross. Goes out wide to Kira. Kira one time back into the middle. Finds Jill. Now with Maya. Maya back to Christiana. The cross into Ramey. Ramey, good first touch to settle. A little too heavy though, and it's cleared out. Maya at the top of the box. Maya, the left-footed shot. Haverhill keeper sees it out for a throw-in. Goal kick, sorry. Been a long week. I don't know why. It's only Wednesday. It feels like a long week. Those happen. Cross in, headed down. It's gone off of one of Somerville's own players, and the chance blocked there. And Haverhill once again substituting their entire bench in. A lot of fresh legs in there that the Highlanders will have to deal with. Haverhill at the top of the box. The cut unsuccessful. Jill clears it out. The shot stopped by Elizabeth, and the goal called off for an offsides. Well, Somerville will be so happy to see that. And Somerville thankful to see the score remaining at 5-1. Exactly. Good interception. Another chance for Haverhill. The shot wide. Haverhill really knocking on the door, looking for that sixth goal yet to come. Make sure. Ball to the middle by Somerville, unsuccessful. And Haverhill, a great through ball into the middle there. Christiana intercepting and preventing what could have been a potential chance. Sydney a little slow on the ball to get it out of her feet, but Somerville in possession again, only to clear it upfield and get rid of the danger.
one more goal, a little confidence build up,
Yeah.
make the game a little more respectable.
Right. How far is the hockey rink from here?
Without traffic, 10 minutes. With traffic, 45.
So from
Cross in. The header, it scrambled around in the box. Cleared out again. Less than 5 minutes remaining in this game. Great through ball to Kira. She's got a teammate in the middle. Can she get that one-time cross in? And she finds it, but it's very late, and she's unable to get the curve necessary on it to find someone in the middle. Great skill here. And that's Maya. She knew the pass was on, and she tried to find the teammate, but it was good recovery, and she was unable to find her. Well, almost a little bit of consolation there. Unsuccessful in the end. The ball out here. And that's game, folks. The Lady Highlanders suffer from a difficult 5-1 loss to Haverhill. Although they, of course, have qualified for the state tournament. This is their last regular season home game of the season. And good luck to the ladies as the tournament nears. It's been a pleasure commentating at Dilboy Stadium, folks. Hopefully I'll be seeing you for the state tournament. Be well. Be safe. Good night.